welcome once again to Casual Gamer Oz as we continue our F1 2016 career mode, our first season with Sauber, Ben Waterworth the driver, Ben Waterworth the host here right now. We're into Hungary, the Hungaroring, a circuit that I actually quite like, so we'll see how we go with this one. And before we get into qualifying, just a little recap, of course, from our last race in Britain. Qualified dead last, not very happy with that. The race itself was wet, and we tried our very hardest to go through the field, which I was managing to do before a bit of a bullshit decision when it came to overtaking a Toro Rosso. I was forced off the track. I was warned to let him back through, which I did, and then in an attempt to overtake him and my teammate, damaged my front wing, spun out, and in my attempts to catch my teammate to get at least into the top 21, I failed miserably and finished dead last and 22nd. But positive, I finished the race. Let's get into Hungary. As I said, it's a circuit that I actually really like. Always liked it, but I always find it's a track that it's difficult. It's kind of one of these, you've got to get a perfect lap done. If you don't get a perfect lap, it will punish you. So I definitely will be interested to see how I can do that on this track. The opening part of the circuit, I feel, is always a little bit easier than the closing part. It's very tight and twisty. Overtaking is very hard on this track. It's kind of often regarded very similar to Monaco in terms of the style of the circuit. Obviously not comparable in terms of streets and glamour, just in terms of the twisty nature and how very much hard it is to overtake, high downforce, and yeah, I think it's similar to Monaco in that it will punish you if you don't get it right. And as you can see there, I didn't get that bit right, and it's going to punish me. So we will see how we go, and already I'm on the back foot. 16th position. See, look how much the gap is there to Hamilton. And on other circuits, I've been this close to Lewis, and I've been in the top 10. I'm falling back now, 20th position at the moment, 21st. I still feel I'll be dead last in this one, but if you look at the actual sector times, I won't be that far off pole position. So that's kind of what Hungaroring does for you. It's a great last section of the circuit. It definitely is a fantastic section. And this last corner, which again, you nail it, you generally do well, but it always catches up to you, it catches up to you, it catches up to you. And can I sneak into at least the top 20? I'm in 20th position, and I think I've gotten 20th. I have, and they're very happy with me getting 20th. Okay, well, you know, again, considering I've got a pole position this year, they're happy that I get 20th, so there you go. So I don't really do this until the actual race day, but I'm 2.3 seconds off pole. It wasn't that close, but anyway. That's the Hungarian Grand Prix, at least the qualifying. I'm not leaving you right now. I'm leaving you this Saturday. And let's move straight away into the Sunday, and let's get to the race. Alrighty. So this is, again, a track, as I mentioned, that's just not that easy to overtake on. So kind of it's going to be a first lap barnstorm, I think, into that first corner, and then we can try and just limp home and maintain it. Given that I'm in 20th, I'm going to assume that qualifying, my race finish around about 21st, I'd say. I'm losing the rivalry to Jensen Button, by the way. I'm sure you wanted to see that. Fingers crossed that we can get top 15. Not even going to aim for points. I'm going to be realistic. As you know, I'm probably going to bin it at some point anyway. Fingers crossed. We've at least finished the last few Grand Prix. What, 2 in a row we finished? That's something. We've got a dry race. That's positive. Alright, so we've got Mercedes in the front row. Can we get Danny and Rick on the front row for the 3rd Grand Prix in a row? No, Mercedes. Red Bull's clearly overtaken Ferrari in terms of the pace this season. So that's interesting. Ferrari in the 3rd row. We have Force India's there. No, the McLarens have maintained their 4th place. Williams, I don't know why I thought Force India, because it'd be Williams doing it. Sainz doing well, Perez, Kvyat again dudding out, Hulkenberg there in 13th, Grosjean doing well, the Manos still qualifying decently, the Renault's dropping back, myself in 20th, Palmer I think is in 21st in every single Grand Prix I've noticed, so there you go, poor old Palmer. Alrighty, here we go folks, Hungarian Grand Prix is go, and again, slow start by myself, that's not going to help, but we're going to try and hover here to the right, as that Renault can do what he wants, but I'm going to stay here to the right, I'm going to just brake myself there. Oh, that is good, that is how you do it. Kimi getting a little bit out of shape there. Now I want to go to my left, but I think there's a car on my left, there is. Oh, Hulkenberg, Mr. Aggressive. Somehow we avoided each other into that corner. That'll be interesting to see the replay, just how we managed to avoid each other. Oh, that was tight. Now, if I'm going to stick on the outside here, I'm going to feel I'm going to get clipped on the inside. No. Wow, these drivers are behaving themselves. Or maybe I'm just out driving them here. Somehow I've managed to get into the top 10 here. Made up 11 places. And given the nature of this circuit is difficult to overtake, let's just keep it on the island here, Ben. Let's keep it on the island and tiptoe our way around. Even if we get overtaken, it's still a good 12 positions of where you're expected to finish. Come on, Ben. This is your time to shine. Not when you do that. Not when you do that. And, alright. So, let's heed the position that we're not going to get any cars in front of us. Let's turn this into defense. Alright? This is a defensive race from this moment on. We're not going to catch cars in front of us. It's about keeping cars behind us. Similar to what happened in Canada when I finished in second. At that point, all I did was just heed myself to maintain the position. I kind of want to test the fuel tank here and see if we can put it to rich mode, but I'm not going to. Let's let Felipe... Oh, I left it too late. He's going to get on the inside of me. But I'll just outbrake him again, as we've talked a lot in this game when it comes to the defensive nature of this one. Even if they get ahead of you on the inside, you just outbrake them. You're always going to get ahead of them. And I will say, hopefully F1 2017 will improve that. I think I've left the door wide open there for Felipe to get through. If he was there, I've managed to maintain the gap enough. That's good. He's getting aggressive. Oh, fuck off, you little prick. Wow. Now, let's take a look at this. Oh, my boy. My boy, my boy, my boy. Okay, so that's where I've run wide. Now, he just got impatient, I think. Now, he's got a good run on me. He's got a great run on me. He goes onto my inside, and he just clips me. I'm ahead there. Now, that is his fault. That is definitely his fault. Take a look at that here. He gets aggressive. He's gone off the line, and he turns into me. I'm covering my line there. I didn't even know he was right there. Let's go on board with him here. Let's go on board. I don't usually do this too much. We're going to flick through the channels here. And let's just ride on board. We'll do this in we'll do this in real speed. Let's go back here. Okay, this is real speed. I'm not touching anything here with the controls. He gets a great run on me, flicks to the right, and he just... Oh, I mean, I've come to cover my line, but he's just gone right into me. I am maintaining that I am not to blame. Let's go behind here on a Force India and see what happens. He just turns in, just ever slight bit of wheel turn into that section. Just look here. I've got to go onto my... You can see here that Hulkenberg is going onto the same racing line that I'm going to. It's a simple case of going into that corner, and Felipe is turning left. I'm just maintaining that racing line. Clip. Yep, that's not my fault. That is Felipe Massa's fault, and he's cost me a good position at this Grand Prix. Well, fuck you, Felipe Massa. No one is faster than you because you're out of the race like I am. And I'm very, very angry with that. I was in for a very good showing there at the Hungarian Grand Prix, and that was not my fault for once. Not my fault. Felipe, you're a dirty little bastard. I just want to see the replay of that opening section, because there was some good, clean racing, at least early on. So let's just go to the replay here, as I said, because there were definitely some moments here where I felt I was going to get clipped, but I didn't, particularly with Hulkenberg being very racy. Now, I've just maintained to the right-hand side of the track, like I said. A bit of late braking allows me to go through. Hello, Nico Hulkenberg. And that was some very clean racing by both of us there. And we're the two here that will make all these gaps. Now, Kimi, and look at that. I switched there over from Kimi. Nico takes advantage of it, if you don't mind. Good racing there by Nico Hulkenberg. And I'm going to pull one on him and on Felipe, my eventual demise. Come over both of them. Thank you very much. And that's how you do it. Before Felipe ruined what was going to be a great performance. Hamilton wins, Rosberg second, Ricciardo third, Alonso fourth, Vettel, Button, Verstappen, Bottas, Perez, Hulkenberg. So Hulkenberg's efforts didn't even get anything there. Massa, he got in 14th position and sucked in. He got a penalty. He got a 2-second penalty, you little bastard. That is what happens. See, it can be consistent sometimes because he took me out of the race, and there I am, dead last. What a shame. All right. Hamilton still leading, up by 14 points over Rosberg, Ricardo, Vettel, Verstappen, Raikkonen, Bottas, Perez, Alonso, and Button. I'm getting caught by Massa, my little bastard prick of a rival there. But actually, Button's technically my rival. So, constructors, Mercedes, have they won it yet? 168 points clear of Red Bull, who are getting a bit of a gap there to Ferrari. Big gap, though, to McLaren, Williams, Force India, Sauber, Haas, Toro Rosso, Manor, and Renault. No change in the top there. We're off to Germany next. We're off to Hockenheim. As always, thank you for your support, watching, like, subscribe, rate, all that sort of stuff. We're having a lot of fun doing this, and I'm going to be very intrigued as to how we go in Belgium, because it's certainly an interesting circuit. Thank you for watching Casual Gamer Oz, and we'll speak to you next time.